So this video, I'm going to be talking about my old head of year. So me and my friends, about 5 of us, were all sitting in the classroom during lunch. We didn't really go anywhere in lunch. And my head of year walks in and he points to 3 of my friends, including me. And all he just says is, you 3 with me now. And then he walks us to his classroom. He doesn't say a word while walking us to his classroom. He just walks ahead of us really fast. And he walked really awkwardly too, like he was being watched. But he was just a paranoid guy. So we don't know why we're getting walked down. When we go to his classroom, he tells us to sit down. And so we sit down, and then we didn't really ask any questions. He told us to be silent. So about halfway through the lesson, my friend decided to say something. He said, "Why are we here?" And he said, "You've been isolated for the next 2 weeks during lunchtime," which is basically like lunchtime detentions. But so then we asked what we did, and he was stuttering. He couldn't get words out. He basically didn't know what to tell us why we were in detention for the next 2 weeks. So it was the end of lunch. He said you could go. We went. We bitched about it loads. Said how he was an asshole because this guy was an asshole. We came in the next day, went had lunch again, and went to his room. And we asked again. And this time he said, "You're not in for anything you've done wrong. You're in because I worry that you're going to get into trouble." Now, I've never heard something more stupid in my life. I mean, me and my friends, we weren't the best students, but we weren't the worst. I mean, we only did stuff like play around, what normal students would do, but we didn't do anything, like, punishable, like maybe a slap on the wrist, minimum. So we just have our minds blown that this asshole has the nerve to put us in detention for 2 weeks because he fears that we're going to do something wrong. But then, about a week into it, we started getting a bit more comfortable. We let us start talking in there, and we started kind of making fun of him, and only because we were annoyed that he put us in this detention. But the stuff we would say is, he was a business teacher, but he also started teaching PE, and we started saying stuff like talking about that saying, people who can't do teach, and he started laughing, and then my friend turned around and said, "Have you ever heard the one that people who can't teach PE?" And he was just laughing and saying, "Yeah, that's true, that's true." So then I said, "Sir, don't you teach PE?" And the room went silent. The whole room went silent. My friends were kind of like laughing under their breath, but they tried to be as quiet as they could. And all of a sudden, my head of year puts out the fakest laugh I've ever heard in my life and just clapped his hands and said, "I love your humour, boys." Now, we were trying to make fun of him, basically. It was so weird. He started clapping and saying, "I love your humour." And honestly, looking back now, I can't not laugh. Like, I've tried recording this video and I can't stop laughing whenever I record it. So, coming to about a week and a half into the lunchtime detentions, he finally tells us the real reason that he put us in detention. If you put a kid in isolation for a couple of weeks, it turns out you get free lunch. The school would provide a teacher with free lunch for that period of time. So he said he did this just to get the free lunch for the 2 weeks, and I don't know why he chose us. I mean, he didn't exactly like us. I guess it's because we were one of those bearable, bad behaved students, but still, what kind of asshole? I mean, this teacher must be on pretty good money. I don't know what teachers are earning, but he's ahead of a year, and he teaches like 2 lessons, so 2 different subjects. So he must be on pretty good money that he can afford, what, like £2 for lunch every day. I mean, this asshole, right, is giving people detentions just so he can feed himself. I mean, what is wrong with him? So I guess the moral of that story is, don't be in the middle with your behaviour. Either be incredibly good or incredibly bad. Because if you're in the middle, you're just going to get shit on.